Da 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 do 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 do. Da 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 do do do.
I can cut him off.
Yeah, I cut myself.
Rob got cut off, and I'm too tired to think. And now here's Coach, whatever his name is. Do 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 do.
You missed a really high note too. I hit a real good high note there, but it cut
I
off.
believe it. Yeah.
It was bad. It wasn't good.
Hello,
All right.
everybody. Hello. Welcome back to week 14 to 15. Ooh,
Week
we're closing out on the end.
14.
Well, end of the regular
Burp.
season.
Burp.
The end of pain for some, almost.
Yes. Well, I mean, I don't know because, who knows, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we could end up in much more pain. Week 17.
That's true. You might win a game.
Yep.
That would be bad.
That would suck real hard.
So, yeah, I mean, the crazy week of football is. But you know what? After thinking maybe there won't even be a season last year, I mean, hey,
Yeah.
you know what? We're almost done with the season now. Not bad.
Yeah.
And really only
a couple
the
of players died.
Yeah. only
You know-
the Steelers and the Ravens were affected.
Yeah.
It boils down to it.
And it had a few shit show moments, but I
Yep.
think in the grand scheme of things, it was handled relatively well.
Yeah.
That's true, but you know what? Now that we're talking about this, I should mention that we're still very much not out of it yet, and would be very interested to see how the NFL decides to deal with the playoffs and particularly the Super Bowl.
Oh,
right, yeah,
That
because
is
they
true.
want to sell tickets to that. shit.
Exactly. Yeah, they sell a lot of money on those fucking tickets. So
Yep.
I don't know what they. I mean,
It's gonna be interesting. Oh my
They're
god!
probably
you
just
guys-
going to let people gather.
that's probably what I
Yeah.
think would happen.
They
Yeah,
probably
and that
will.
would I expect that's going to be a big. I mean,
People in hell also want snowballs, but that's not going to happen.
it would be.
It's,
I wonder. I wonder if the NFL would take that PR hit for the money, but maybe they will. I don't know.
I don't know if you saw this. I posted this in the Discord a couple days ago, but Nickelodeon is going to
Yep.
telecast a game with
Mhm.
googly eyes on players during replays and superimposed slime in end zones.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. Like, the game's on other channels simultaneously,
No,
right? It's like,
Yeah,
I'm fine with it in the respect that the thing is I understand what they're doing, right? That one, young people do not like football and are not they're not going to have a new generation of football watchers, and that's a major problem for the NFL. But the thing is, I don't think that doing hey, when they catch a football, SpongeBob goes that's I think
SpongeBob's classic catch.
Yeah. He
But,
does that in the intro, I think.
but I mean, alternatively, they could maybe try changing up the branding of the NFL and not have a bunch of crusty old white dudes going well, I talked to the coach before the game, and he said that their team is really looking to win. And I talked to the other coach, and they were saying that the other coach, he's really looking to win. So I think this will be a tough one here tonight, Steve. That
Yeah.
shit is bullshit. And
my
that's part of
name's
the reason
Dick
that nobody wants to
Stockton,
watch.
and we're gonna be watching the Buccaneers.
Yeah, honestly, if they do more, if they do instead of this pandery this will get kids to watch football, and instead do stuff, in my opinion, expand what you can do with the NFL, open up independent broadcasters, for instance, on Twitch. I mean, obviously I'm a little
Yeah.
biased on that, but I mean,
I knew this was going somewhere.
no, but something like that though, I honestly think that doing that would do way more to get a young audience into football, because you would get people having their own takes on what the game is instead of some fucking dude on ESPN being like, I already did this.
They can
So
do it
that's all they
again.
do. They go,
I looked up because now I'm curious on a MarketWatch.com article the average age of sports watchers. So it looks like obviously the age in 2000 they have 2000, 2006, and 2016. So the average age goes up through the years, partially because those people get older and they keep watching. But the youngest sport is the MLS. The average age is 40 for watching MLS, followed by the NBA, 42, NHL, 49, boxing, 49. The NFL is 50. College football is actually 52, so younger people actually watch more NFL than college football, even though they're in college. Kind of funny.
I actually think those two numbers are related in that the less people are letting their kids play football. Like that's the thing. Like and I think that's been a considerable thing for like the past at least 20 to 30 years. And I think that's going to keep happening because CTE, man. If I had a kid, I'm not going to let him play football.
Oh yeah,
I was going to say, those parents are making the right decision. Fuck football. Like,
exactly.
I played football and I turned out fine.
I only forget everything every couple days and I can't see.
No, I just need to stay up all night to drop off cards to go get graded. Pokemon cards.
Yeah. He's perfectly fine. The oldest sport is the PGA Tour at 64.
I guess that's not surprising.
Yeah, MLB's 57. Baseball is kind of like the old timey sport.
I feel like that might come back at some point.
I think so.
Like maybe 20 years from now.
The thing is, like, I think what the NFL needs to do, what they're kind of trying to do, is like make it more. They need to promote personality more, kind of like how they promote Lamar Jackson. And like just his personality or promoting, kind of like what the NBA does. They do a lot of like personality driven things, although it does get out of hand when the players are like, I demand the trade again, and it's like, geez, all right. But that kind of is in football now, where players like, I demand a trade now. It's like, all right. So I think with the media too, like with the past couple of past like 10-20 years, like it's just gotten so fucking horrible. Like they spend all their time just like dumpster diving these athletes fucking apartments to try to find anything they can or some tweet to make a fucking 24-hour news cycle about how he's a piece of shit. Like it's just that's why Pat McAfee and like the modern media is like taking over, which is great for it, because I think even a lot of people, when I look at Aaron Rodgers talk with him, like there's people like, dude, I don't even like Aaron Rodgers, like I'm a Bears fan and now I like him and I'm not even supposed to, like stuff like that. So when you get that type of media and you actually get to know the players more and you get that personality driven league, you start cheering more for like personal players and like stuff over just team win, woo, tribal.
Yeah, I mean we're all streamers, right? So like we all know what like new media is and like what the benefits are, and I think the humanization factor is big.
Yeah,
I think I'm even beginning to realize. I mean, like we've touched on this a bunch, but like I'm much more of a fan of players than I am of teams at this point. Like I'm starting to care very little about how the Patriots do and very much about how Brady and Gronk do this year. And like,
it's also
and like that translates to my NBA fandom too. Like I care about like players like LeBron and Steph Curry. Like I want to see them succeed, as opposed to like wherever they go.
Yeah,
I mean that's common human emotion though. Like you don't go to a restaurant necessarily because you love the restaurant, you're loyal to the brand. You go there because you're familiar with the bartenders or the waiters and whatever. If they go to a different restaurant, you're probably going to follow them if they're local by.
Yeah,
you get attached to people more than the brand or the organization. So.
Like service industry too. Like nails, for example, for women. Like my wife did nails, and a bunch of her clients followed her wherever she went.
Yeah. It's the same principle.
Yeah, so I think a lot of sports leagues and stuff need to kind of start implementing that a lot more. And I think they're starting to realize it, but they're still in like the beginning.
The
process.
NFL in particular, I think, is like got the ball rolling way too slowly on new media. I think it's just like they're just super behind. I think
they brought up in the Aaron Rodgers interview last week touchdown celebrations, and Aaron Rodgers legit like quote on the show called it the no fun league. Like, he's just like, yeah, the no fun league was pretty mad about it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't give a shit because he's got power over him.
Mm-hmm. Well, because that's the NFL's been doing that thing, especially for the past 20 years, of like, we're the stuffy professional sport that, we only take things very seriously, and all our athletes are very important. We have to be careful about all the things. It's just like it's just so lame, Like, whereas like like NBA is just like filled with like memes and dunking on people.
Yeah. NFL just needs more dunking on people. I think they're heading that way.
Yeah.
So, football.
Get on over to the football games.
So, the football games. We opened up last week with a Thursday night shellacking of the Patriots. Rams 24, Patriots 3.
Wait, we should actually, because of the message in the football chat, we should do.
Oh yeah, Bears be right
game
back
first.
All right.
Yeah.
Titans shit on the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry
Yeah,
had 215 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jesus.
Man can run with the football in his hand, coach.
You really can.
And A.J. Brown, 112 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
He's also very good. He's kind of like the new A.J. Green. I feel like every 10 years you just bring in a new A.J. insert a color here.
Yeah.
Like got A.J. Pink coming in, A.J. Orange. Just
dude, that sounds sick. Yeah.
I would want a whole
fucking
team
draft
of
A.J.
A.J.
Pink.
Pinks.
Right?
Yeah.
Just watch out when they bring AJFK.
What did so Minshew played in this game? What happened?
So Mike Glennon got benched because he's Mike Glennon, and he's not good. And then Minshew came in and he looked good. I'm convinced that they just let Glennon tank it a bit, and they're like, all right, Minshew, go have fun.
Yeah. I honestly think you might be right.
Yeah, because it's very clear that Minshew is like the best quarterback on that team. Yeah, and they're just not letting him play. And I think he's been healthy, at least the last.
Yeah, he's been healthy
weeks.
for like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, so I'm convinced they're just like, listen, all right, tank this out, okay, and or just like Glennon will start again, and then like insert him halfway once you're down 30. But yeah, Titans playoff team, Jaguars not. That's what this one boils down to.
It's pretty fucked up, actually. Now that I'm thinking about like what the Jaguars are doing, if they're doing that, which I mean I think they are. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get that first pick to get Trevor Lawrence, and then they could shop him. And I mean that's it's a pretty dick move because then he can't really choose what the fuck where he's going.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, listen, it's all the
which
Jets.
Is I think dumb. I mean, I could just say, Jaguars organization, if you're watching this podcast, I don't think you guys need Trevor Lawrence. Why do you need him? Just, skip him.
He's got no bias.
Yeah. Nothing at all.
I mean, then we look at the Jets, who are just, firing their coordinators and, giving up
keeping the
cover
head coach.
zeros.
Yeah.
So, Justin Fields is there too. I mean, maybe they take Justin Fields. The thing is, like, I think Minshew can lead your team. Like, Minshew almost feels like a Baker Mayfield.
Dude, yeah. I remember getting super hyped about Gardner Minshew early on this very season. Like, he was winning game. Well, he won their one game for them at the beginning of the season. And then I was like, all right, he can win games. He's going to be a leader for this team.
Yeah. He like straight up. I like if they're tanking on purpose to try to get Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I guess I understand why, because apparently all the scouts are like, oh my God, Trevor Lawrence. But like the thing is, like, this you got a gem. You found a gem. You found a QB.
In
like did he even get drafted? He was like undrafted, right?
I don't know.
Dude,
I think he was like 5th or 6th round actually.
Yeah,
well, he was like either a late round or undrafted prospect. But on top of that, I don't even know if we've really talked that much about James Robinson on this podcast at all. Because, like, he's fucking crushing it, dude.
Yeah.
Undrafted free agent and also, I believe, a rookie. Yeah, rookie.
Yep.
And, like, he is like having a killer season. Let me pull up his stats real quick because I thought it was on.
Minshew was,
no, I got him. Yeah,
6th round pick.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
see, that's fucking late as hell.
Yeah.
Robinson's already over 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
Yeah.
Woo! And that's with the shitty Jaguars.
With the fucking Jaguars.
The Jaguars. That's, and by the way, that's not just 1,000 yards. That's 4.6 yards per carry too, and 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's really good.
This is very good. Like that's especially for a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
Dude's caught 46 passes over the year. He's got like
46.
Yeah.
Jesus.
he has been a shining light on that Jaguars offense through an otherwise abysmal season.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck! You know what though, Barrett? I feel like you've maybe opened up my eyes to maybe the fact that Christian McCaffrey is not good. Like,
Cool.
or maybe that's too hot of a take. Let's
Why
say
would you say that?
instead of not good, maybe he's really really good in the Jaguars system in particular. Because I mean,
Wait,
those.
Kristen's on the Panthers.
Yeah, he's right.
I don't.
I wanted to save you from a lot
Never
of
mind.
explanation you didn't need
We're
to go
good.
in.
I was
Yeah.
so confused.
Look, they're blue and black. It's the
Oh
same.
yeah, they're both
Yeah.
cat teams. I get it.
They're
Pats,
cats.
you know, yeah. All right, let's go back to the Patriots Rams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patriots Rams. Rams blew them out.
Yes. Yeah. No, we suck, and all the hype and hope is gone.
Yeah. It was not good. Cam Newton, I don't think he's not great anymore.
Yeah, man. Like we've had this conversation too. Like I can't decide whether or not to believe in him as the quarterback of the team. And at this point, like I feel like he hasn't thrown a touchdown in like 5 games. Like when was the last touchdown he threw?
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Like it's been bad, man.
Great
And like I
NFL
don't even
.com
know.
picture,
Yeah, no, he's looking that hair. Like he has the attitude you need to lead this team, but he no longer has the physical capability. Like
Yeah.
he's not as good as he was when he was playing at the MVP or near MVP level. Like it's just not there anymore.
Yeah.
It's hard to like just accept that, but
Yeah.
I mean, until he all of a sudden pulls a Tom Brady out of his hat and decides that he doesn't want to be bad anymore, which, by the way, Brady's done at least like 12 times now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just I have no faith in him as the
I
quarterback.
think his style's always been more of a run first guy.
Yeah.
And he used to be able to kind of, compensate for it. He can still throw really well, but I think the injuries pile up and then age, and it's just, he's on the end of the line.
I'm not even like trying to blame him because, like you said, like all those are like just a lot of reasons that are just out of his control. Like he's putting in the fucking work and he's trying, but he's just not as good anymore.
Yeah. I mean, like the thing is, like the kind of damage that he took on his body over the years is like basically like a running back. I mean, when he was in Carolina, I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but like it was like a meme that the refs would never call like any kind of QB hit on Cam. Like,
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. They would just let him get the shit kicked out of him, and
absolutely they would.
And it really fucked him up. I bet. I mean,
and he still carries it a lot. Like even in this game, he carried it 7 times, and that's like middle of the pack for the running back group. Like,
it's one of those things where I think he's not like a Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick. He's like a downhill power running quarterback. So you're legit just constantly just getting hit. So it's it's sad, but it's what happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, he could be a backup next year, probably. Like if he wants to keep playing,
he definitely could.
I mean, he probably could still be a starter somewhere. Honestly,
he'd probably start for the Bears.
There's probably a team that would prefer him over their quarterback.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the other side of that, I don't know if you talked about Akers, but
goddamn Akers, 171 yards on 29 carries.
He is now just the entire LA backfield. Apparently, that used to be a bit of a shared group, but
he is. He's a rookie. He got drafted in the was it the 1st or 2nd round? One of the other.
He's having a good year too, actually.
Yeah, last 3 games he's had 84 yards and a touchdown on 9 carries, 72 yards and a touchdown on 21 carries, and 171 on 29 carries. I mean, he's racking it up now.
He's got half 1,000 yards on 100 attempts, which is that's pretty good.
Yeah.
and it's 4.8 yards per carry too. So
especially since he's, like I just mentioned, like he's basically shared the backfield with two other people for the first half of the season or more.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's Rams are looking a little better. At first think they're a little bit of a pretender, but I think they are improving. I think their biggest issue is Jared Goff.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
I mean, that's probably been their biggest issue for a while, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it
feels like it.
Because their defense has been good.
Yeah, their defense is good. The
number
receivers,
1 in the league right now, right? The Rams. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in fact, are they on defense?
When I was watching the game, they were saying that the Rams were the number 1 defense. So
number 1 in yards per game, number 3 in points per game, which is still very good.
And I think they do like a lot of sacks.
Yeah, no, they're the top pass defense, number 3 in rushing yards allowed. They're a really good defense.
Yeah.
Rams. It's gonna be scary team playoffs, but it's gonna they'll fall back on their defense. Playoffs.
There's one final note on this game. I do want to mention, like, I don't think I've even said that Cam doesn't deserve all the blame for the Patriots sucking, because he's doing all he can. He doesn't have a lot to work with. Like, we've got no offense at all. Our best, like, we've been over it a lot, but like, it's not all his fault. That's all I'm saying.
No, that honestly, that is a fair point too, because like, it is kind of unfair to dunk on him too much for having a bad year, because your team is like nothing. There's no one on it.
Yeah, real bad.
Yeah,
especially like Julian Edelman
up fights though.
Yeah,
except for this game.
Yeah.
Yep. Then we had the Buccaneers beat the Minnesota Vikings.
Sure did. It was quite satisfying, not because the Bucs won, but it was because Mr. What's his name? Dan Bailey.
Oh yeah, Dan Bailey.
It's more of the Dan Bailey's loss than the Buccaneers won.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a convincing win by the Bucs, to be honest. I mean, Tom didn't look the greatest. He was good. It was just kind of like a good enough approach I felt to this game. But the Buccaneers shouldn't have even been, like, it should not even have been close. That first quarter was abysmal for both sides. But the fact that Dan Bailey shanked 4 kicks kind of helps out a lot. I mean, granted, Dan Bailey, even if he had made all 4 of those kicks, it still would have, like, at most, the Bucs would have lost by 1. But that's assuming that he actually made all 4 of them, which of course he's horrible. So I did like my Pokemon animation, which Coach might link or may not link in the information box. I don't know if you guys watched it or not. It was like the Vikings versus the Buccaneers, but in the world of Pokemon, and it's Kirk Cousins walking up across the field to Tom Brady, and he runs in like a trainer battle with Tom Brady, and it's just, man, when the Vikings use Dan Bailey, it is just pure comic gold every single time.
The Vikings missing field goals. Name a better combo.
There just isn't. There isn't.
God, I still remember that. It was like 99 where Gary Anderson was like, he's made 60 in a row, and then he missed the go to the championship game. Or go to the Super Bowl, I think.
Oh, dude, there's actually a John Boys video. I think it's just called No, and it's really funny because it's about the Saints almost going to the playoffs back when they were like trash, and then it's a shanked kick at the end.
Oh yeah, was it the extra point he missed?
Yeah, it's the extra point. Yeah, that was so good. And he never missed before, right? So
Dan Bailey became the first player with 3+ missed field goals and 1+ missed extra point without making either since John Aveni in 1961.
Wow.
Ooh.
That is.
I mean, that's just Vikings curse doing it to him.
It is. That Seahawks kick in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That was bad. It was like a 20-yarder.
It's like, it's not even his fault. Like, it's literally, there are magical forces at work that caused all of those kicks to be shanked.
Yeah.
And he had no means to stop them.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not the case.
Vikings are a little bit like the Falcons of the NFC North, except strictly with field goals. That's it.
Yeah, I could see it. I wanted to mention, by the way, because Invicta, you I assume you watched the game and you probably saw these stats. One stat that I saw when I was seeing this game that was a little bit monka was, on passes over 20 yards through the air this year, Tom Brady is the worst.
Wow.
Oh,
He's,
wow.
He's
Yeah.
not good. He's really not good at the long ball. I don't know why they kept emphasizing Brady down the field. He's so good. I'm Joe Buck.
Dude,
But,
he
in reality,
nailed Miller with that 48-yarder, though.
he did.
Yeah.
He did nail Scotty Miller with that one great play. But if you watch any of the other interceptions that Tom has thrown, pretty much in the last 3 or 4 games, they've been just horribly off the mark. Horribly.
Yeah.
Now they did have that. He did have that one amazing grab by Chris Godwin a couple weeks ago. Remember the over the shoulder, But I mean, those are few and far between. Brady really excels at the short to mid range passes, and whenever he throws long, it kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, over 20 yards. Apparently, his quarterback rating is 59.3 or something.
Yeah, it's not good.
Really bad.
I mean, he is 67 years old.
Yeah.
So we got to give him
He's
a little bit of credit.
94 years
He's
old.
186 years old.
1,000 years
5 million
old.
years old.
So this is
Literally-
just, it's ridiculous to hold him to the same standard, is all I'm saying,
Look, I still like the guy. He's my quarterback. I'd rather have him than Jameis Winston. But we're not going to the playoffs this year.
What? You could go to the
Here we go.
playoffs.
Playoffs.
You'll go to the playoffs.
I don't know if you'll make it far in the playoffs, but
Yeah.
you'll make it.
You'll
We
lose
got-
in the
we got
first
2
round.
games. We got 2 games left going up against teams that are not exactly what I would say gimmies.
I mean, looking at the standings, the Bucks are
Falcons,
8
Lions,
and
Falcons.
5, so it would have to be it would be pretty hard for them to miss the playoffs. Actually,
I'm pretty sure you guys are going to win 2 of those 3.
Well, the thing is, I'm okay with us taking the Lions. That's the gimme game.
right?
The ones I'm worried about are the Falcons games because the Bucks, again, the NFC. You keep in mind, this is the first time that we're playing against Atlanta this entire season, which is ridiculous considering that they're a divisional opponent. And secondly, the NFC South absolutely. I mean, they just shred each other every time they
The
go
thing is,
after. If you look at how badly the Saints beat the Bucks, they never let off the gas. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
The thing is,
And
like,
unfortunately, Atlanta's better now, right? That's the other thing. They're
Yes.
healthier and
Yeah.
Yeah, Julio's back.
yeah.
And they
In
would
order
absolutely
for-
love to ruin the Bucks' playoff hopes.
Well, in order for the Bucks to miss the playoffs, they would have to lose all 3 games, right?
Oh.
Well, in fact, if they would just win one, the only way another team can make the playoff or take their spot would be the Bears would have to win all 3 of their games. That's it.
Yeah.
They hold
Yeah,
the
right, you're
tiebreaker
good.
over the Vikings now. So
It's
it
just the
doesn't matter.
Bears.
Yeah, it's just the Bears because the Bears beat the Bucks.
Oh, I guess because they have the Vikings.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
So unless the Bears beat the the Packers, they can beat the Jaguars. They got to beat the Packers, and then they got to play against what's the other team they play? The Vikings. The Bears they're not going to go 3-0. I'll
Yeah.
promise you that much. So
The Bucks
well-
are making it in for sure.
yeah. So yeah.
we're not going past the first round then.
That might be true.
Yeah, that's probably true.
That's where we're all on the same page.
If the Bucks, if the playoffs happen today, the Bucks would play against the. Wait, do they? Oh yeah, the Saints would
against
play the Cardinals. The
Packers.
Bucks would play against the Rams.
Oh, the
Oh,
Rams.
that's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play the
That's
Rams.
tough.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I-
the Rams would win that.
I actually think that the Bucks would do better against the Rams than some of the other potential
Yeah,
candidates.
they probably would. I think they'd lose to
Maybe.
the Seahawks. I think they lose to the Saints.
I think the Seahawks would be the best matchup, probably.
I'm just
'cause-
not convinced with the Rams, man. I know their defense is good, but they're
You can still make golf it up.
yeah. It's,
Well, see, the why in your position I wouldn't want to play the Rams just because they have a good defense, and if you have a bad offensive day, your defense is good. I mean, the Bucks have a good defense, right? You're middle or
no
top middle.
We used to have a great defense. Now we don't. Our secondary is horrible. But that's the thing is that Goff isn't going to hurt you that bad.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, but Aaron Donald would. Like,
Oh, wow, yeah,
conversely, I would probably rather have a shootout with Russell Wilson.
The Buccaneers have the best run defense in the NFL, and their pass defense is like 12th from the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it's
their secondary is trash.
Yeah.
I can't believe that we're still ranked number 1 against the run though.
That is wild.
Well, I mean, partially probably because people just pass nonstop.
Yeah. And also like you guys have been drafting like D-line for like ever.
Yeah. I mean, Dalvin Cook still ran for 102 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, that's just because he's like a super.
Yeah,
he's
it's Dalvin Cook.
Yeah. So yeah, this game was not good for the Vikings playoff hopes, but they're still alive, and I'd say they'll be ahead of the Bears. I think they'll beat the Bears. We'll see. Moving on, we had the Chiefs beat the Dolphins. It was actually kind of close at the end.
It was.
And Mahomes threw 3 interceptions this game.
Yeah.
He did not look sharp, and they were bad. Well, that's not true.
One of them was a tip.
Yeah.
2 of the 3 were tips.
Yeah.
And then one of them I think was just got away from him. But the fact that like the Dolphins even had that kind of lasting power, like and kind of it a little bit reminded me of the Bucks game versus the Chiefs as well, where they were playing Big Brother for most of the game, and then all of a sudden towards the second half when the Bucks turned it on, I mean the same thing with the Dolphins towards the end there. It's like it's not too rosy there, especially if Mahomes gets rattled with the interceptions. Not saying, of course, that's going to impact him that much, but it did have a noticeable effect, like keeping the defense out there. They were getting winded, and the offense was hammering him in towards the end.
Yeah.
I was hoping that Miami was going to win this game. I really was.
Yeah.
I was too.
Well, I think it's important to note as well that the Dolphins, I believe, are the team that have the. Well, actually, I don't know if it's the turnover differential, but I think they make the most turnovers in the league. Their defense, like they get the most like picks and fumbles.
Yeah, let's see.
I think.
Turnovers. Highest
believe it
differential is
based on
actually the Steelers, then the Colts, then the Dolphins. Well, the Colts and Dolphins are tied, so they're tied for second.
Yeah, well,
It's really good.
and it's a turnover different. And if you look at like the turnovers, I bet they're at the top then, because like they wouldn't have the differential because they're
They are tied with the Steelers at 25 takeaways.
Yeah, which is like, I mean, considering what what we expected of the Dolphins team this year, I mean that's pretty wild, right?
Remember the memes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow,
They
the
started the season
Broncos.
with Fitzmagic.
Yeah.
The Broncos are the worst at -18.
Oh boy.
They have given the ball away 18 more times than they've taken it away. That is really bad.
They've had no quarterback for like 10 weeks now.
Yeah, man. Like when I think about like forgettable teams this year, I think about the Denver fucking Broncos.
Oh yeah. Well, they picked Drew Lock, and that's what happens when you pick Drew Lock. Is people just forget to. Yeah. And by the way, so one of the guys, Xavier Howard, who caught one of the picks, he's got fucking 9 on the year.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus. Who's in second?
I don't know. I don't know if
J.C. Jackson is 7 in second, and then Matteo is 6. Yeah. So yeah, that's top 9.
He's the first player with 1 interception in 5 straight games since 1970.
Yeah.
Wow.
5 straight games with 1 or more ints.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So honestly, I mean, Chiefs win this one, but Dolphins are still a good team. Like
they're
still
5.
Yeah, they're still in playoff position. They kind of control their own destiny.
I mean, the Dolphins have had like one of the toughest schedules, and they're coming out, better than 500. Like,
yeah,
they're going to be scary. Like they may not go anywhere this year, but they're going to be real scary when Tua comes into his own next year.
Yeah,
I mean, they're just.
Yeah,
I think once they get firing on all cylinders, it's game over.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry. I was just watching the highlight of Xavier Howard's pick on Mahomes, and I'm sorry, you can't blame Mahomes on that. Like,
no.
Xavier Howard just made an incredible play. I forgot how great that was.
Yes.
that interception.
Yeah, two of the three were not Mahomes' fault.
Yeah.
The third one was debatable.
It's a one-handed interception that he stole from Tyreek Hill.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Just wild.
So yeah, Chiefs still good, still 12-1.
Oh, yeah.
Still probably the best team in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Although that's good tape for the playoffs for whoever goes
Yeah.
up against them.
that is true.
Playoffs.
Playoffs. Speaking of the shitty Broncos, they won against the Panthers.
Yeah.
They won 32-27. Drew Lock went 21 of 27, 280 yards and 4 touchdowns.
I know. I chose this week to dunk on him.
That was probably his best game of his career, honestly.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a rookie still. I mean,
Yeah.
I dunk on him too hard, really, because he's a rookie. But
I mean, and a lot of injuries on Denver as well. But like, I mean, he can still be. He's almost kind of reminds me of Jay Cutler.
I was wrong about Josh Allen. I could be wrong about Drew Lock.
Yeah,
And he hurdled a man.
Yeah,
Drew Lock. I feel like he's Jay Cutler 2.0 in the making. I really do.
it does kind of feel, yeah.
He's got that
Yeah.
same build. He's kind of got the same like stat line. Like, he just kind of feels like it.
I'm gonna be honest. This Drew Lock to me feels like John Elway picked him because he was tall. Like that's
Okay,
that's
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna go with Tim Tebow there with an L.
that's true too. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I was like, come on, he's not that bad.
Panthers on the other side. Bridgewater 283, no touchdowns, no picks. Mike Davis 2 touchdowns, 51 yards. Bridgewater ran for 1, and Robbie Anderson had 84 yards. But the
good for both of them. I'm glad they're doing well together.
yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
this was a game. Then we had the Bears destroy the soulless Texans. Deshaun Watson tried 219 yards, a touchdown, 21 of 30, and that was the Texans.
Yep.
They are just Bill O'Brien destroyed this team. Like this was a playoff
such
team.
A shame. Yeah.
It's a
I mean, they
playoff
would have been
team.
in the playoffs like probably this year.
Yeah, they probably would have, but man, they needed to fire him years ago.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? Hey, Mitch Trubisky, 267 yards, 3 touchdowns. Look out, he can beat some of the worst defenses in the league. Montgomery, 113 yards and a touchdown. Allen Robinson, 123 and a touchdown. This is probably the best Bear offensive game they've had all season, I think.
Yeah.
And again, all it took was play against the Texans defense, who is second from the bottom in yards given up, and yeah, it'll help you a lot.
I feel bad for Deshaun Watson more than anything else.
And JJ Watt.
Yeah.
He's just been there so long, and he just watched this all happen.
Yeah.
Still, don't believe the Bears' lies. All right, they're not gonna win. All their games. They're gonna lose at least one more. They'll probably beat the Jaguars, but Vikings, Packers, I don't see them winning.
Yeah.
So that
Seems unlikely.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Cardinals beat the Giants.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray's healthy again, so that's helpful.
Mhm.
I think he's been dealing with some shoulder stuff, but he looks like he's good.
It's too bad they're not going to be in the playoffs this year. I'd like to see him play in the playoffs.
What do you mean?
Can they? Are they in contention? They're 7-6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What? There's
The
7
NFC
teams.
is a mess, dude.
7 teams make the playoffs, and they're in the 7th seed right now.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Granted, they would
hilarious.
play the Saints, so a bit of a
Yeah, well.
tricky matchup. In fact, the 7th seed on the other side is the Dolphins,
Yep.
and the Ravens are tied with them, so it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, everyone's battling for that 7th seed. So the Cardinals control their own destiny here
Yeah.
going forward.
They could. I mean, they've got to beat the Eagles. Like they have
yeah.
to basically win out. If they want to make sure that they make the playoffs, they have to win
Yeah.
out here.
They really
They've
do.
got the Eagles, which should be a win. The Niners, which
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like I don't trust the Niners to do anything that you think they're going
Yeah.
to do anymore.
I don't know.
This is probably true.
But the problem for the Cardinals is going to be Week 17 at
Yeah.
LA.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, the Rams could. Well, no, their record's not great, right? Like they're probably not going to be resting.
But I'm still not convinced, man. Like I don't think that that's a Rams walkover. I think that the Cardinals could beat them.
Yeah, I mean,
think so,
it's
too.
divisional,
Yeah, it's. I think the Cardinals can honestly compete with anybody.
Yep.
And they got DeAndre Hopkins, 136 yards. Kyler Murray, 244 touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 80 yards touchdown. What the shit? Okay, I just looked at the stats, and Hassan Reddick had 5 sacks in a game.
Man. Oh right, yeah. I remember. Yeah,
What the shit?
they said that.
5 sacks. How many? Is that like the most sacks in a game, like ever?
I don't think so. I think 6 is maybe the most in a game.
This
I
entire
could be wrong.
season, he's had 4 sacks. Wait, 2, 3, 4. He had 5 sacks this whole season, so he tied his season total.
He just
That one
doubled it.
game.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that is crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that happened.
They must have had like some real bad matchip on that offensive line.
Yeah, really. And Giants. Are we gonna adjust? Nah. They had
If it
Daniel
ain't broke,
Jones.
don't fix it.
Daniel Jones, 11 of 21, 127 yards. I don't think he's healthy. Colt McCoy came in, went 2 for 3 and 18. I'd probably rather just use Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
And Giants.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Yep.
The Giants. I almost feel like the Giants are in a worse position than the Jets are. To be honest,
a
with
little
you.
bit.
No. Like, hear me out. Like, they're gonna.
Rob.
They have 5 wins. They're where are they on the? Yeah, they're picking 10th right now. They don't have like a huge amount of draft capital. They already picked their QB, who kind of doesn't seem like he's working out that well, and they also picked their running back, who's just been injured, unfortunately,
But
and
You know
they
what?
don't.
You know what else they also don't have?
What's that?
They don't have Adam Gase.
That's true. But
But
their
they could
coach
fire
shoots
Adam
them.
Gase.
Well, that's the thing, right? Is that like theoretically,
Could, but they ain't.
if we're assuming that Adam Gase leaves next year,
Yeah.
the Jets will have 2 first-round picks this year and next year, and it's gonna be like first overall, new coach. I feel like the Giants are kind of in where the Jets were, a year or 2 ago, where it's just like,
13.
well, I know,
The thing is,
but I
like,
mean,
look at the Dolphins.
yeah,
Like, the
exactly.
Dolphins were a joke that we couldn't even lock a team against the Dolphins. They were so bad, and now they're in the playoffs.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's almost worse to be stuck in that mediocrity of, like,
I agree
picking
completely,
ninth
yeah.
again.
I think so.
I would still do that rather than face a winless season.
Oh, dude, not me. I've like 10 years of mediocre seasons of us like getting 7 wins and like having horrible draft picks. It's just hell. I
Do you
hate it.
think this motherfucker fears shame? He's a Jets fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, just lose out. Get me Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
You know what, Rob? Wherever you can find sunshine, I'll support
Exactly.
you.
Speaking of sadness, the Cowboys and the Bengals.
Yeah.
Cowboys won 37, the Andy Dalton revenge game.
Yep.
Yeah, it did well.
Yeah. And that was all that happened that game.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter between those two teams, right?
Yeah, I guess
We're
the
getting to the
Cowboys-
point where it's tough to pretend to care about the teams whose seasons are done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
And we do a podcast about it. Imagine the fans who,
Oh, yeah. You
Imagine the
start
teams;
phasing
they're probably very sad.
right?
I
Coming
guess
from a Jets fan.
technically the Cowboys are still alive in the playoff
Yeah.
hunt, but
Yeah.
it's not even looking good for them in their shitty division. Like, they're in last. Like,
Yeah.
even the Eagles are above them. So yeah, the Cowboys they're done. And we had the Colts beat the Raiders as the Raiders continue to spiral.
Yeah. Well, they didn't just beat the Raiders; they like demolished.
Yeah.
them.
They
And-
killed the Raiders.
I don't
They
even know
they
what they're
murdered the
doing
team.
anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is your team doing, Bear?
My team. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot they lived here now.
Yeah. What's going on over there in Vegas?
I mean, I was actually cheering directly for Vegas kicker Dan Carlson to score lots of points for me against Crendor's fantasy
Yep.
team this week. So I remember standing actually at my window, which has a nice little view over to downtown Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Go, Dan Carlson, go! Kick field goals well, kick them straight through the uprights for me to beat Crendor." And I think I willed them to some points that way, but that was about the only bright spot for this team. Yeah, they got a lot to work on, and they've got what appears to be a good team, but like what's going on? They've got Josh Jacobs, who's an extremely good running back.
Yeah.
They've got Nelson Aguilar, who memes aside is actually like a pretty good wide receiver. Wide receiver one. And then there's Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty good.
Well,
yeah. I mean, Darren Waller too is good.
Take a look at the stats. Notice we just pointed out all offensive players. Take a
Right,
look at the
yeah,
stats. The defense is very bad. It ranks down in the bottom 10, and I think they're 10th from the bottom actually. Everything. In fact, points per game, they're third worst.
Oh.
So, and I mean the Chiefs are actually down there in some of those, but they also have offense.
That's been the Chiefs' game for 3. They won a Super Bowl with that, right?
Yeah.
We're just not playing defense. We're
And
just gonna let Pat Mahomes throw the ball.
The Raiders' offense is okay, but they can't be okay and have that bad of a defense.
Yeah.
They're about 7-6. Okay, is what they are.
Yeah. If you look at the Raiders games, you can actually see how bad their defense is. Because you see 45 to the Bucks, 26 Chargers. You got Chiefs 35, Falcons 43, Jets 28. That's a red flag.
Ooh, yeah.
Colts 44.
Yeah.
They have
Man,
a
I
couple
remember
good
now.
games.
Yeah, holy shit, the Jets almost beat the Raiders.
Yeah, we did.
they did.
We beat the Raiders.
They did beat the Raiders.
And then we just decided to tank.
They were told from the upper management that hey, you guys need to stop this right now.
Yeah. Greg, you're the guy. You get out. But yeah, no, and I mean, this is kind of a hot take, and also maybe a couple of years too late, but maybe that Khalil Mack trade wasn't so hot then, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, they got some good pieces out of it, but
If you want to go back that far, you might as well mention Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's right. He was there.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah. No, I don't know. It's because this is bad, right? This is bad, especially for Gruden. I feel like if they just miss the playoffs again this year, is he hot seat now? I feel like that's hot seat.
I think he's got one more year.
They won't get. I mean, he is practically Al Davis's nephew at this point.
He does have a crazy contract.
10 years, right?
Yeah,
they won't even. I don't. The only way I see Gruden leaving Las Vegas is him actually walking out. I don't see them actually firing him.
Also, they're definitely not making the playoffs.
He's too well liked.
The Ravens and the Dolphins have a game up on them, and they're not gonna.
Yeah.
One of those teams will make it, not the Raiders.
Yeah, that's tough, man. That's because they're supposed to do it this year. This was the year, right?
Yeah.
This was the first year they're supposed to make the playoffs, I think. So, speaking of teams making the playoffs, the Seahawks beat the Jets 40-3.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Way, Rob.
That we did. I mean, you can tell how the game went by the score.
I sure can.
Y'all broke a team record though. This is your first time losing 13 straight in a season.
Oh, let's go!
Well done.
I really want the Jaguars to win one game so that we don't have to go 0-16. But you know what? If it must be done, it must be done. All right.
Yep.
Just think it's your perfect bookend to 2020, Rob.
It's a very 2020 thing to have happen. Yeah.
Yeah. No, really. But you know what I wanted to say, by the way, is there was a stat on Okay, so the Jets are on pace to finish with a strength of schedule of .596, which would represent the toughest schedule in the past 10 years. We literally actually have the hardest schedule in the league easily, and also kind of historically.
Well,
Which is
recently,
pretty
historically, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So we're really bad, but we're also up against tough opponents.
Yeah.
So,
That's true. It's a good year to be bad.
Yeah.
This is what happens when really bad goes up against tough.
Yeah.
Not great. Russell Wilson shredded him. Geno Smith even got some snaps.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yep.
The look, it's 3 more losses. 3 more losses is all we need, and then we can get Trevor Lawrence and then ruin his career. And then 3 years later, I could be on the podcast being like, okay, just 4 more losses, and then
You get
and every
Jimmy
week from now on, we
Johnson
get to celebrate
Jr.
your new team record.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, fun times. Packers beat the Lions. Woo! And
Yeah,
with that,
they made it a tough one, as I think you expected.
they did. Until the end, where the Lions did. It was a great game because now we won the NFC North and we take control of the 1 seed.
Yeah.
In the NFC, which is very nice this year because you get a bye week and don't have to play anyone.
Is it just me, or do the Packers always get the 1 seed and then not have it at the end? Like that happens all the time.
No, they've had a couple 1 seeds at the end. There's that year where we hosted the Giants in the championship game and lost. There's that year where, well, I guess we were a 2 seed. We've had a couple 1 seed. There was the year we went 15-1. We were the Chiefs of this year, and then we lost.
Yeah, there you go. There was
lost
one.
in the second
Imagine
round.
being the Chiefs of this year.
In fact, we lost to the Giants that year as well. I hate the Giants.
Amen, brother.
Yeah. In fact, that was the year they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That's supposed to be the Brady Rogers Bowl.
You didn't have to.
It was
say
supposed
that
to be
part.
the Brady Rogers Bowl.
Wait.
Yeah, you're right.
Which time?
Geez. Yeah, there could have been a couple Brady Rogers Bowls. Oh, well. Yeah. Rogers looking good. 26-33, 290, 3 touchdowns. Still destroying. In fact, he now leads the league in passing touchdowns, passer rating, and quarterback. Well, I guess that's passer rating. He also is the best quarterback in 20-yard plus throws.
He's leading Mahomes now, right?
Yeah, he is leading Mahomes
in the race.
This is the Aaron
Especially after the
Rodgers.
3-pick game.
Yeah, I think if anything were to give him MVP, it's from going from last year where people are like, he's a little washed up, to being like, oh, look, he's as good as he was in like 2011 again.
Yeah.
And he's doing it with like a ragtag group of like, there's no Tyreek Hill, Kelsey. He's got Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I mean, come on now. You got Devontae Adams. That's
You
like
got Devontae, but like Travis Kelsey versus Big Bob Tonyan.
I mean, he's doing pretty decent.
He's actually doing pretty good.
Valdez Scantling's pretty good too, isn't he?
He's like one of those guys where he does really good plays and then he drops the easy ones.
Oh, right. Okay.
Or fumbles in overtime against the Colts.
He does like to fumble. I should know because he was on my team at one point last season.
But
the Packers have always kind of been like that, though, too, right? Like where, well, I suppose it's not really what you were talking about, but the Packers have always been a team that like built through drafting and like they don't really do anything with free agency like ever. It feels like
they only really did it starting the last couple of years where they got. Well, actually, the year we won the Super Bowl, we got Charles Woodson from free agency, so that was pretty. Big.
Yeah, and that was a big deal too.
And that was one of those things where nobody even wanted Woodson, and then he came here and did really good. We're like, all right. But they got Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith, who have been pretty solid, mainly Zadarius. But I mean, draft picks. Darnell Savage had a sack. He made some good breakups. Adrian Amos came here from the Bears. Actually, he made some really good tackles, like laying people out tackles. Jair Alexander's been great. The offense is like it's really good. Like when you think of the Packer offense, you would probably not consider them as like the best offense, but it's actually the best offense in points per game. They average 31.5 points per game. The Kansas City Chiefs average 31, and the Seahawks average 30. So they're top in that category. They average the second most yards per game behind the Chiefs. They average second in passing behind the Chiefs. And
let's look at game quality, though. Ooh, game quality's not looking too hot, though, my friend.
Game quality.
Your strength of schedule is
that was my first question too.
That's actually that's a huge like the only other people that has that is the Browns actually.
You can say that, but we also beat the Saints in New Orleans.
No, you're right. I don't think you're a bad team. I'm just saying though that like that is a little bit monk-ass for the playoffs. I think
you're not bad, but you did get completely shellacked by the Buccaneers.
Well,
that's true.
Everybody has one of those games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta have one of those. I mean, the Chiefs lost to the Raiders.
Yeah.
The main thing. Here's the main thing. All right, is that I think our scheme is really good. I love LaFleur's scheming. He has a lot of motioning. He has a lot of tricky little things, and he gets people open instead of people having to try to get open. And I think Rodgers has bought into it. I think our team. I think they're gonna be a competitive playoff team. And that's all. That's really all you can do is just show up to the dance and hope things go your way. The biggest concern for the Packers is actually special teams. It's our punting is not great, which is good because we rarely punt, but when we do, it's not good. We've allowed a kick return for a touchdown. We allowed a punt return for a touchdown.
Ooh.
And I already see it happening. I see us in like the NFC Championship game. It's going to be like a tie to the Saints, and then someone's going to fumble the punt return. We're going to lose. I know it's going to happen. But at least we won't get blown out like the last couple of years. Yeah. And I mean, this game, it was just whenever the offense came out, they destroyed the Lions. It was like not even a contest. And then Stafford got hurt like in the third quarter. Fourth quarter is just, this was the Lions like Super Bowl, and they couldn't pull it off. That's what it boils down to. But, hey, 1 seed. We control it, win out, we get the 1 seed. I would very much like that because I don't want to play against the Cardinals or something.
Yeah.
Then we had the Chargers beat the Falcons.
Yep. The Chargers bouncing back as we all expected.
Yep, they bounced back. Matt Ryan, not good. One touchdown, 3 picks, 224. Todd Gurley sucking big ass, major ass, big idiot.
For context, he's on Krendor's fantasy.
Sorry, whose team is he on? Let me see. It's ACL Terrors, I think. It's Coach Krendor.
And then go ahead and check over on Bears Buds for me on the other side.
The worst part was
they got playing for him. That looks like, that's Austin Eckler. He looks like he did pretty damn good. And then Keenan Allen. That's nice.
Worst part of that was Todd Gurley was questionable. I'm like, dude, I might have to start Mike Davis. And then he stopped being questionable. I'm like, I guess I'll put Gurley in. He's against the Chargers. That should be easy. Nope.
I mean, I think it was a good play, but Gurley just didn't do anything.
Sounds like a recipe for a 4-point loss.
It sure is.
I mean, we didn't mention this because we vaguely talk. We keep talking about the fantasy that we do on the side, but Bear beat Krendor in the first round of the playoffs.
It was a very close game at the end. I was winning by like 35 or something, and then Lamar Jackson did Lamar Jackson things, and it was very close.
In fact, I think if he didn't get cramped, he might have pulled it off.
Goddamn, he came in there and he just was like, I'm awesome still. Fuck all y'all. Here we go.
Yep.
I needed him to carry me, and he could only carry me so far. But I still blame Todd Gurley. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
Then we had the football team beat the 49ers. They got a little scrappy at the end there. I was watching it. But Alex Smith got hurt. That was the big thing of this game. And
he did. I didn't see that
too.
Yeah, he tweaked his calf muscle. So they're kind of just resting him. And honestly, it's probably the best idea, just to rest him and then hope he can finish out the last couple of games.
I mean, who would have thought 2020 was bad enough, and now we have an Alex Smith leg injury?
Yeah.
You hate to see it happen.
Honestly, though,
unprecedented.
It's like, why are you playing?
Yeah.
You are a multimillionaire.
The thing is, Dwayne Haskins is still not great, but it doesn't matter because they rely on their running game and they rely on defense.
Yeah.
So if they can just keep doing that, that's good enough to win the NFC East.
And I hope they do that next week for Antonio Gibson in my playoff game.
Yep. 49ers on the other side, Nick Mullins was okay. Mostert had some yards. Brandon Ayuk looked good. And,
Yeah.
It's a lost season for the 49ers.
Yeah.
The crazy game, the Eagles beating the Saints in the Jalen Hurts, his first ever start. And he did pretty good.
Yeah, man. Who the hell saw this coming?
I actually kind of did because I watched Jalen Hurts play the Packers for a quarter, and he looked pretty good.
I'm mad that
But I didn't think they beat the Saints. Yeah, you blew it. Jalen Hurts ran for 106 yards on 18 carries. Miles Sanders, 115, 2 touchdowns. And Hurts threw for
runners over 100 yards.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts ran for, or he passed for 167 and a touchdown. It's a little bit like a Kyler Murray.
Yeah, like I don't want to I mean, maybe it's a little too early, but especially doing that against the Saints. I feel like Jalen Hurts is just. Yeah, I feel like Jalen Hurts is just like, yeah, I'm the QB now. Like, I don't like. What do you?
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, what?
Well,
you gonna put Carson back in?
here's
At some
the-
point?
Oh, fuck that, yeah.
Here's the problem: is that Carson Wentz is like more of a pocket passing guy, and so 50 sacks. He's been sacked 50 times. That's like we're getting into like records. We're closing in on the records here.
It's almost like throwing 30 interceptions.
Yeah. In fact, I looked it up, and David Carr got the most sacked quarterback record in 2002 with the new Texans, 76 sacks.
Yeah, that was his first season.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, he like Carson Wentz, he's supposed to be mobile. Like when they won the Super Bowl, like their whole offense was the run pass option, right? Like
I don't know if they just got away from that, or if he's been hurt, or like what it is. But
yeah, I mean they haven't been able to do like that playbook anymore because I mean after that year, everybody started doing the RPOs, and then everybody figured out the RPOs, and now it's just like just one of those other things that teams run sometimes.
But I think with Jalen Hurts, he can do that, but better. Which, Kyler Murray light, essentially. Like, he's running. You get Miles Sanders, who's actually really good. They just haven't used him well. And he can make the throws. And the biggest thing is he can avoid the sacks.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they have to go with him. Like, he's going to avoid a lot of sacks, or you would take sacks with Wentz.
Really smart in this game, too.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
it was really like a well orchestrated performance.
Yeah, I mean, he played with Alabama. It's like the best you can do coming out of college.
Yeah.
So it's and he was the one who replaced Tua, right?
Yeah.
So
well, they weren't they? It was weird, right? Like weren't they like both starting at like the off and on? Or
yeah,
something?
it was weird.
Yeah.
And here's the Eagles' defensive line still good. They got 5 sacks. They got an interception. Duke Riley. Like, here's the thing: if the Eagles win out, they still got a chance. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Who do the Eagles play? In fact, they play against the. Do they play the football team?
No, they play against the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, they play Cardinals, Cowboys, and then the football team. So if they beat the Cardinals, they got a chance. If they lose to the Cardinals, they're out of it. But I don't think they're going to beat the Cardinals.
Yeah, but the Cardinals are in a must-win situation.
Yeah, I don't think they'll beat the Cardinals. But you know what? They got some hope going forward. That's all you can ask for. Here's the big one. Bills beat the Steelers. We called it, but it's still crazy to see.
Yeah. Did any of us pick it, or did we just say it?
Two people picked. I think it was Discord and Bear.
Yeah, I want to say I picked the Bills. I feel like I picked the Bills.
Yeah.
Well, I picked the Bills. I know I picked them.
I'll pull up the stats.
Yeah, pull it up.
I did indeed pick the Bills.
Okay.
Nice.
And so did Sinvicta, and so did Krendor.
Oh, I guess we all picked the Bills.
So it was just me that didn't pick the
It's
Bills.
just you that picked the Steelers.
That's funny. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Bills are for real, man.
Yeah.
This Bills team.
No respect on them either. I feel like.
Yeah.
Just like none at all. And actually, I've seen comments on our channel say that we don't respect the Bills, but we talk them up. I feel like.
Yeah, I like the Bills.
Yeah.
I'm a big Bills
Plus,
fan.
I mean, they're in my division. I mean, I can't talk them up too much, you know.
Yeah.
They're in Bears division.
They're clearly the best team in the division right now, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt.
I don't think anyone's going to argue that one.
Well, they've won the division, so.
Right. They already clinched it, right?
Yeah, they clinched it with this one. So Josh Allen looking great, 238, 2 touchdowns pick against the Steelers defense, one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
Zach Moss, 43 yards, Singletary 32, Allen ran 28, Stephon Diggs, 130 yards and a touchdown. He's the difference maker.
Here's another thing. When I brought it up with your team, right next to your team is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and their strength of schedule is only 0.464, which is also one of the lowest in one of the weakest strength of schedules in the league.
I have noticed they've played some pretty easy opponents when you take a look at it.
Well, they had the NFC East this year, so I mean,
Yeah, automatically.
Yeah.
I think a big thing here is I believe Matt Milano on the Bills defense has been out, and he came back. He got a sack this game, so that's going to make their defense better. Bills defense still good. Like, they've had some injuries, but like taking a look at their defense, it's been, I think, kind of middle of the pack, but I think they're going to get some guys back, and now with their improved offense, they should be good. They're going to they could go to the Super Bowl. They're a Super Bowl contender.
I think so. Like that's the thing, right? Is that like especially with a team like this, where like I feel like teams don't respect them.
Yeah,
and they could sneak.
They're playing
sneaky.
like they have something to prove, and also like they want to win. I mean,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
scary.
I think they're probably gonna be that dark horse where even though they're 10-3 right now, like they're still gonna be overlooked, and they would play against the Colts, which I think they could beat the Colts. It'd be a good game, but
That'd be tough. But that would.
You can beat 80-year-old Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, this is the first time apparently that Buffalo has beat Pittsburgh at home since 1999.
Wow.
Wow.
They're turning a new leaf here.
And that was the Music City Miracle year where they lost to the Titans.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I remember watching that. And they were just like, the lateral, is it a lateral?
Yeah.
Fun times. Then we had the big game, the Ravens beating the Browns in what was an amazing slugfest.
Dude,
Probably like the best
classic.
game of the year, right?
Yeah.
I'm so goddamn excited. Yeah, no, mention that first of all.
9 combined rushing touchdowns.
That is insane.
That is insane, and that's not even all the touchdowns.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to watch these two for as long as they can remain healthy and active. Lamar and Baker, like holy shit, they duked it out.
Yeah.
It was actually crazy. Like Baker 343, 2 touchdowns and a pick, including some big ones in the fourth quarter. Chubb ran for 82 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Nick
Hunt
Chubb
had-
too. Holy shit.
Nick Chubb is legit, like
He's a
top 5 runner in the league.
monster.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt had 33 and a touchdown. Mayfield ran for 1. But the Ravens, Jackson ran for 124 yards, 2 touchdowns. He threw for 1 at the 4th and 4 or whatever they had to take the lead. After
He was
coming back
going off this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really was.
By the way, can I just mention? I just opened up Nick Chubb's stat line, and so he's not at 1,000 yards, but he was also injured, like for like I don't know the whole middle of the season, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so he's got 800 yards, but hear me out. He's got 5.9 yards per carry.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's 6 yards a carry.
Yeah, that is indeed 6.
That is indeed 6.
Dude, like to put
If you
it
do
in
the
perspective,
math
people at
here,
home,
oh my God.
if you get 5 yards per carry as a running back, especially if you have like over 100 attempts, you're like a very good running back.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 6 and 9 touchdowns, and he's only played in 9 games.
Yeah.
And this is obviously a very simplified way of looking at it, but I think it's fun to look at it this way nonetheless. Like, just think about it from like, if you give him the ball on every play, you win because he averages 6 yards a play. He
Well-
just keeps going.
You know what's
Until his
interesting
knees
here
fall off.
is I was taking a look at the other rushing yards attempt per carry. Similar, Gus Edwards gets 5 yards a carry on Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins gets 5.3 yards a carry, and Lamar Jackson leads the league at 6.3 yards a carry. So the Ravens just got 3 guys over that.
That is wild.
Kyler Murray,
they do run
6.2.
only. Yeah.
Miles Sanders, 5.7 in Philadelphia. That's pretty good.
But how many attempts does he have?
Good question. He's got 132 rushing attempts.
Oh, okay. That's actually, that's, I mean,
Yeah, it's pretty good. And he's on the
That's real
shitty Eagles.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, pretty solid there. So,
Yeah.
and then a couple of just like your standard Aaron Jones, Chris Carson, Dalvin Cook, all around 5.
We still don't know what's up with Lamar and what the cramps were.
Yeah, I don't know. He just said he's cramping.
Because I mean, he went back and seemed like he was just done for the day, and then their backup went down, and all of a sudden he looked pretty fresh coming out. I mean, I'm not saying that he wasn't injured or anything. I'm just saying if you were injured, you came out and played and beat a national football team into the fourth quarter when you were down. So you're obviously playing pretty well. So
They probably gave him
why'd
some
you
drugs.
go out in the first place, Lamar?
They probably
Well, I
either
mean-
gave him drugs or hydrated him or something.
Like, is that an adrenaline is a hell of a drug scenario too?
I don't-
Because
That's
They
true.
do
don't
juice
know.
them up. They do that a
Yeah.
lot.
Oh yeah, I know that, but
Then,
I'm just
But-
saying.
also in that situation where like Trace goes down, did they have another backup?
No, they didn't.
No.
The RG3
Oh.
was down too.
Yeah, so they
Yeah,
brought
right.
in
Did they
McSorley.
did they even have one active?
I don't know if they did. I think he
No.
might have been like, "Oh fuck, I got a player. We don't have
Yeah,
anyone.
maybe.
We lose."
Otherwise, you
Yeah.
got to play like Marquise Brown at quarterback
Yeah.
or
I have
something.
a feeling when they say cramps, but they didn't specify, they meant like probably like he had diarrhea.
It's possible. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, no, maybe he had
Yeah.
to shit.
I mean, that would be great if that's all it was. Like if he just.
Well,
had
I
to
mean, because
just
if
to
you,
take a-
you hear them say cramps, you think like it's got to be a leg cramp or like a Charlie horse
Yeah.
or something like that. But
Yeah.
they never specified. And he came out, he wasn't limping.
Yeah.
maybe they, I mean maybe.
But he
maybe
did
they,
have a big brown stain running down his side.
well, I mean, they were winning pretty hard. So, like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they were. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe
it's
they
possible.
were just deciding to bench him, and then they were gonna claim that it was like he had cramps, and then they were like, "Oh, we're gonna lose," and then I don't know. And, but then, and the other thing too is it's not like it's in any way unheard of for an NFL player to play through an injury. So I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if he did.
In
Get
fact,
some
the
kind of
dude
injury.
on the Detroit
saying it's
Lions
weird.
fractured
Yeah.
his throat.
Yeah, man, that was
Yeah, that's
Fractured
metal.
his throat and kept playing. Like
That
Jesus.
is what I didn't even. You can do that?
That's what everybody was saying. Like I didn't even know you could do that. Apparently, it's like an extremely rare thing. But he fractured his throat,
All right.
That's
and they're
metal
like,
as
"Yeah,
hell.
you might miss a couple weeks." It's like, what? I'd miss like my next 2 years.
Yeah. I just stopped playing.
Yeah.
I've learned that a new part of my body can break, and that's not a profession
like
that I want
how,
to be in anymore.
It's like Breeze played with broken ribs, fucking collapsed lung or whatever. He played another
Yeah.
like 20 snaps or something. It's
Romo
crazy.
a couple of years ago, he's playing. I said this before, but I mean, he was playing in like a flak jack with a fucking collapsed lung and
Yeah.
punctured ribs. Like
Shit's
he
crazy.
played like the whole year with the flak jacket
Yeah.
with a fucking collapsed lung.
So I think what we learned from this game is that the Browns are real,
Yeah.
and the Ravens are still good enough to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
So yeah, that's.
I mean,
There we go.
there could be Ravens and Browns. What if it's like 3 AFC North teams in the playoffs? It might be.
it might be. I
right?
mean, they could sneak in the 7th spot if the Dolphins lose, and then the Ravens would take on the Steelers,
Oh boy.
which would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the games of the week. Game of the week. Game of the week.
Yeah.
Invicta NFL Power Rankings.
Here we go, Coach. NFL Power Rankings on the NFLPowerRankings.com Power Rankings. Top 5 are here. It's actually up to date this time, starting with Robert.
Let's see the Browns.
There.
Give me the Bills.
Yep.
Really? Oh, okay. All right.
Coach?
I was gonna be like, come on now.
Packers.
Yep. Rob.
Chiefs.
Yep. Bear.
Saints.
And Coach for the dunk.
Steelers.
That is correct. The top 5 in the NFL Power Rankings are the Chiefs, the Packers, who moved up 2 positions to go up to the 2nd position. Saints dropped 1 to 3rd. Bills up 1 to 4th. And the Pittsburgh Steelers dropping 2 spots to the 5th seed. Rounding out the top 10 are the Rams, Seahawks, Ravens, who did not move. The Browns did go down 1. And the Colts making their way back into the top 10 of the power rankings. Now, here we go, guys, because this is very pertinent with today's discussion. There are 2 teams. And Robert, I'm going to toss this one to you, and then you can pick whoever guesses the second one. There are 2 teams for the thinnest dink of this week, going up 4 spots each, tying for the thinnest dink. Name one of those 2 teams. I'm not giving you any hints because if I did, it'd give it away.
Moving up 4 spots each. Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That is incorrect.
No.
Bear Taffy. Name one of those 2 teams.
Give me the Bears.
That is incorrect.
Ooh.
Coach Krendor, 2 strikes and you're out.
Is it the Eagles?
And that was the thinnest dink of the week. It is
Well.
the Washington
That's
football
what I thought,
team.
yeah.
Ooh.
The football team screaming up into the top 15 spots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Landing on spot number 15 after having an abysmally hilarious first half of the power rankings here on NFL.com. The Washington football team is now at 6-7, sitting at the 15th spot, with the other team sharing the thinnest dink of week 14, or should I say 15, going to the Denver Broncos, who also went from the 24th to the 20th spot, despite being so forgettable, as coined by this podcast. Now, true or false, Robert? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are still in the top 15 of the NFL Power Rankings and the NFL.com Power Rankings after dropping 2 spots.
Oh God. Well, now that's like a memory game. Where were they before? I think yes, true. They're still in the 15.
That is correct. The Buccaneers dropping from the 10th to the 12th spot. Despite things getting a little bit shaky, the Bucs end up rallying, and they only had to stop Dalvin Cook, and they sort of did that, kind of, but not really, landing at the 12th spot. Now, Bear, true or false? This one's for you. It's going to be tough. True or false? The Arizona Cardinals are ranked below the Miami Dolphins on the NFL Power Rankings and the NFL.com Power Rankings.
That is false.
That is correct. The Cardinals did indeed leapfrog the Miami Dolphins by 1. They jumped 2 spots from 15th to 13th. The Dolphins set at the 14th position, with the Washington football team shaking things up, again coming in at the 15th spot. And then Coach Krendor. This one is for you, Coach.
All right.
Name the fattest doink. This team has dropped a hilariously large amount, 7 spots, going from the 22nd spot all the way down to the hot mess rank of 29th in the NFL Power Rankings. Name that team. I'll give you a hint, Coach.
Yeah.
They are in the AFC.
Is it the Texans?
It is the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
The Texans have dropped from the 22nd spot to the 29th spot, dropping 7 spots, careening past other notable teams such as the Panthers, who are also sharing the same record, the 6-7 Bears, who are in the 26th position, and the 4-8-1 Philadelphia Eagles, 25th. The Cowboys, 4-9, again sharing the same records as the Texans, along with the Falcons, the Chargers as well. Now, finally, Rob, just because it's become a tradition this season, we have to read Dan Hans's mock-up write-up, and we have to see if Rob agrees with the Jets. Right? I mean, you know where they are. So here we go. Jets staying at number 32, as always. And I quote, the Jets got their heart ripped out by the Raiders in Week 13. Perhaps it stands to reason that they played like a team without a pulse in Sunday's 40-3 loss to the Seahawks. Russell Wilson picked apart interim coordinator Frank Bush's defense like a 6-time Pro Bowler was playing against the scout team, tossing 4 touchdowns to barely covered receivers before being lifted late in the third quarter. The Jets offense managed to match the defense's ineptitude, managing 3 points against the league's 31st ranked defense entering Sunday. Sergio Castillo didn't exactly stoke his team's competitive spirits with 3 missed field goals in the second quarter. Update: the Jets have released Castillo on Tuesday. The fate of becoming the NFL's third 0-16 team is starting to feel less like a possibility and more like destiny.
Yep, it really does. He's right. I mean, and I think if the Jaguars don't win a game, we're gonna go 0-16 because I don't think the team's. I think the team's tanking on purpose. I think the Raiders game proved it, and I think if the Jaguars don't win, it is assured.
And that is the NFL Power Rankings for this week. Back up to Bear, Rob, Coach in the booth. Dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun.
Woo! Hey,
Woo!
we're back. Well, I guess that means it's time for Pick'em.
Pick'ems. I can't see them so
That was
far.
like Gilbert Gottfried. I was trying to bring it back. Yeah, you know.
Pick'ems.
Wait, before we do that, I wanted to look because I have the stat screen open, and here's a good one. After starting 6-0, Sinvicta has gone 3-5 with his locks in the last 8 weeks.
It's great, Rob. Why don't you actually pick the same amount of games that I did?
Hey, actually, who did Sinvicta lock this week? Oh, the Seahawks. Okay. I was like, wait, did you win this week or lose? Okay.
I told you I'm tired of picking the edgy, like, interesting picks. I'm just locking against the Jets every week.
Dude, my very fun Browns lock almost paid off big time.
That's true.
Yeah,
It did.
it really did. It was really close. And you've picked the AFC and NFC equally.
Yeah, I didn't realize I had accidentally re-locked the Browns though. I'd done that before in the season.
Yep.
So I've now abandoned my new team locked every week philosophy.
Oh yeah.
F.
Here we go.
Shit. All right, here we go. First game tonight. It's Chargers Raiders.
Chargers. Chargers, dude.
Raiders gotta win this one though. Like
We just got done talking about how the Raiders can't stop shit, and the Chargers offense is actually pretty damn good now.
But the Chargers.
This is the last time I'm picking the Raiders this season. If they lose,
You know what?
I'm never picking them.
I agree. This is the last time I'm picking the Raiders. I'm taking them.
You know what? My gut said Raiders, so I'll take Raiders. But yeah, I'm not convinced.
I need the Chargers to do well so that I can beat you in the fantasy playoffs too. So I'm,
Oh yeah, good point. Raiders, do it. Come on.
All right.
I believe in you.
Saturday football. Bills Broncos.
Oh right. Yeah.
Bills.
I'm gonna be taking
Yeah,
the
Bills.
Bills in this one, Coach.
Bills.
I
By the
might
way, if the
even
Bill,
lock.
it turns out they have to win one more to clinch the division. So this would be for the division.
Okay.
oh, I'm gonna lock him in that case.
Yeah, there you go.
Pretty safe
I was
lock.
thinking about it.
And the Saturday night game is Panthers Packers. Wow, I didn't even know they played on Saturday night.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Look at that.
Now, is there a
Packers.
chance the Packers would pull their starters?
No, they're playing for the 1 seed.
Okay, I'm taking Packers.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be locking the Packers.
Okay. I was gonna do that if you didn't do it.
yeah.
Fair enough.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll also take the Packers.
All right. Yeah. McCaffrey's still not playing, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, why the hell would they at this
Yeah,
point?
there's no.
Yeah. No, there's no reason. Season's
Texans Colts.
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 Colts. All right.
That might end up being my lock. I don't know.
Yeah, that was 3 lockable games in a
Yeah.
row right there.
Yeah.
Titans Lions.
Titans.
Titans. Yeah.
Titans.
I don't even know if
Yeah.
Stafford's gonna play.
Yeah.
Is he
yeah,
out?
yeah.
Oh right. Yeah. No.
He
yeah.
might be.
That is also lockable.
Let's see. Stafford.
Less lockable than the Texans, but yeah.
Stafford won't practice Thursday. Yeah, it's not looking good.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Even if he does play, he's not going to be 100%. So yeah, Titans.
Dude, we can lock like this whole week.
Yeah, I know. Bears Vikings, except this one, but I'm gonna take the Vikings.
Yeah, not that one, but yeah,
that one's tough.
Vikings.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vikings. But the Bears could do it.
I mean,
don't know.
it's just Dalvin Cook. That's
Yeah.
the real.
Yeah. But they also can't make a field goal or an extra
That's
point.
true.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
But
The
then
Bears-
again, the Bears also have no offense. So
Yeah, but they did just beat up on a shitty defense.
According to NFL.com, Minnesota's won 5 of their last 7 games. So
They have.
despite
Yeah.
that last week fiasco, they're on a hot streak.
Yeah.
Oh, and I wanted to mention this because during the power rankings, I didn't realize this. The Washington football team is on a 4-game win streak right now.
Uh-huh.
They are.
Yeah.
And their defense is crushing it.
It is.
I'm gonna
Who I'm also
begrudgingly
starting
take
against you.
the Vikings.
Ooh. All right.
All right.
Then
Nice.
we've got the where'd my tab go? Seahawks, Washington.
I'm going to take the football team again.
Oh,
I kind of want to. You know what, Bear? I'm going in with you. Football
Let's
team.
go.
Football team, baby.
want to take them, but I don't think Alex Smith is going to play, and because of that, I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yeah.
That's fair, but I don't think
Take-
Alex Smith was winning the games.
Yeah, it's the defense. that's
I
winning the
don't
games.
trust Dwayne Haskins to not turn the ball over multiple times.
I'm
But it is the Seahawks D.
That
I'm
is
taking the Seahawks.
I'm taking the Seahawks too.
It's probably safer.
Then
I
we've
just want a
got
couple fun picks.
you need some fun picks. Patriots, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Give me the Pats.
Yeah,
One more
Bear,
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
One last time before they rip my fucking heart out, dude.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is Bill
I'm gonna
Belichick versus Tua. You know?
Oh right, yeah. Wait, no, two is he a rookie?
Yes,
Rob,
he
yeah.
is. So I'll tell you what,
Fuck.
I'm gonna take the Patriots.
Man,
You
That's
should
tough.
take the Dolphins.
you know what? My gut said Dolphins. I'm sticking with Dolphins.
All
That's
right.
fine.
My gut also says Dolphins. I'm going Dolphins.
All right,
I'm sorry, Bear. I'm
Oh,
picking
that's
against the Pats.
I still
In
trust
fairness,
the Bill Belichick.
doesn't have a perfect record against rookies. He
That is
has
true.
a very good record against rookies.
And
There's 7-21 against him.
Yeah, it's a very good record. Don't get me wrong.
Miami's playing inspired, though.
yeah,
Yeah,
Jaguars, Ravens.
Ravens.
Raven.
Ravens.
Buccaneers, Falcons.
Bucks, but
I guess the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bucks here.
I'm gonna take the Atlanta Falcons.
oh shit!
Ooh, I need a little razzle dazzle in there.
I mean, it is their home game, right?
Yeah, it is their home game, so that's why I'm taking them here.
It's the Super Bowl rematch. No, wait, no, sorry, not the Super Bowl rematch.
Or-
Super Bowl quarterbacks.
but oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
Rematch.
yeah,
Yeah.
The All NFC Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Sorry.
classic. 49ers, Cowboys.
Boys.
The boys.
Yeah. I'll take the
Boys,
boys here.
boys are bad.
I mean, the boys are bad, but I mean, the Niners are also not
You
good.
can't trust the Niners to do what you think
Yeah.
they're going to do anymore. I'm taking the Niners.
Wait, hold on a second. Before I take that pick, let me take it back for a moment.
Okay.
Dallas giving up the 7th most fantasy points to running backs this season. That's great news for me. This playoff game, Bear Taffy.
You got a little Mostert in your life.
I got Raheem Mostert, and who else do I got here? I got
Wait,
someone else on.
It's
San
Invicta
Francisco
pick
down
the
there.
Niners or the Cowboys?
I picked the Niners.
Okay,
Well, in that case, I'm also going to pick the Cowboys and hope that the Niners get stomped.
I'm gonna take the Niners. I think they're due for another win.
Like I said, you can't expect them to do what you think they're going to do. I think they're going to lose, which means they're going to win.
Yes. And I heard, is Kittle coming back? I think George Kittle might return.
Be back this week.
He returns
Is
to
he not?
practice.
He's back in practice. He's not going to play this week, though.
Yeah.
I
I mean, the season's over. They shouldn't play
Yeah.
anyway, right?
yeah, it's pretty much over. But you know what? I'm still gonna take him.
Yeah.
Mainly because I don't trust the Cowboys.
That's fair.
So we got the Eagles, Cardinals.
Cardinals have to win this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take Cardinals.
I'll take them, but this could be tough.
I think it
Bird
will
on
be
bird
tough.
action.
It's Jalen Hurts now.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
this
don't know.
actually could be a really good game. Actually,
I think it will.
The Eagles just beat the Saints.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's
I
tough.
think it will be the Cardinals still, though.
The Cardinals literally have to win this game.
Yeah,
They
they're
do,
in
yeah.
playoffs now, basically.
Yeah, they got to keep winning.
And they're at home. So
And they're at home.
Yeah.
Jets, Rams.
Oh, I'm going to change my lock, actually.
locking the LA Rams, unless Rob wants
you can have it. No, I'll take
Go ahead.
Well, it's Rob's team, so he gets the priority.
No, you go. I've locked the Jets enough this season. I don't like anybody else.
Bear, I'll give you the easy lock since I've done it 2 weeks in a row. if you
Yeah,
want.
all right, cool. I'll snag this one, dude.
Rams. Okay.
I'll take
Ooh, Chiefs, Saints.
That's fun.
That's a
Yeah.
fun game. They should just flex this to like Sunday night.
Oh, yeah, why is this in the afternoon? What the
I
hell?
don't know.
Well, I mean, it's
Picking-
Taysom Hill, right? It's Taysom Hill versus.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
it's
still.
Taysom back.
I'll be
Yeah.
picking the Kansas City Chiefs in
I'm
this
taking
one.
the-
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah.
the Chiefs. Yeah, I can't pick.
I don't
against-
think it's. I don't think it's going to be that good.
I hope not, because
it-
then the Packers
I feel like-
get a nice cushion for their 1 seed.
I feel like Breeze is coming back this game.
Is he?
Breeze.
I haven't heard that he's coming back this week.
Let me look it up.
Drew Brees' return depends on how week goes, so he might be.
Oh yeah.
He's listed as doubtful, isn't he?
But then they also said he has a ways to go in recovery. So
Yeah,
like,
and also it says Drew Brees' return depends on how week goes, and that article is from 6 hours ago, and the game's on Sunday. So
well, the
I
one
don't
that
know.
says he's got a ways to go is from 2 hours ago.
Yeah, that seems.
So I don't know if they're just throwing some. They might just be throwing that out there to mix it up. Like he might play, and then he's not going to play.
It might be a smoke screen.
Yeah,
for all we
that's
know.
just smoke
It
screen.
probably is. I mean,
Yeah. So, because then you got to prepare, like, might not play against Taysom Hill. We got to prepare Drew Brees, and then,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still taking the Chiefs. Still.
yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
Brown.
if Drew Brees was playing, I'd probably still take the Chiefs, but yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, probably still. Browns, Giants.
Browns.
Browns.
Yeah.
Go Browns.
Go Browns.
Not
Dude,
even like
Browns.
doubtful anymore, dude.
this could be the 10-win Browns.
Dude, I called it at the beginning of the year. I said minimum 9 wins.
Whoa. Everybody
They're looking
Browns.
good, man.
Steelers,
Oh.
Bengals.
Steelers.
Steelers, yeah.
Steelers.
And, you know, I kind of want to lock that one, but that's a divisional game, so that seems like a bad idea.
Yeah.
And the Steelers are on the downswing too.
That's
Yeah, I
true.
do not.
Yeah, they need a
I do
win.
not trust the Steelers enough to lock, but I'm taking the Steelers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers as well. Who am I locking though? Ah, you fuck it. I'm locking the Browns.
Ooh,
Hell yeah.
Browns.
Go
Go
Browns. Go Browns.
be-
Go Browns.
I'll be locking the Bears lock was Buffalo, wasn't it?
It was, and then you gave me the Rams.
Yeah,
lock.
but that was your previous lock was Buffalo.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to be locking the Buffalo Bills.
Let's go.
I was pretty sure you were gonna say the Denver Broncos, which was gonna.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Broncos.
It was either them or the Colts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't trust the Colts enough to lock them. That's why I didn't do it. But I mean, they're looking good.
Oh no, the Falcons are 0-5 when picked by Krendor this season. They're 4-4 when picked against. Well, that's got to
Wow.
change, right? That's got to change this week.
That
No.
bodes well for your Bucks, bud.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
got to be a 1-5.
Yeah. Go
Uh,
Brady's.
Thank you very much for listening, everybody. If you're new here, click subscribe or follow or whatever you're listening on. Thanks for watching and listening, and we'll see you next week.
I'm going to bed.
All right. Goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.